with Queendom 2 just wrapping up, I, like most other people, have some opinions about the performances by the girl groups there. So, I'd like to rank the different groups based on their overall performances in the show. Hi everyone, my name is Yuki. And today we are going to be ranking the Queendom 2 girl groups based on all their performances on the show. Keep in mind that this is solely my opinion and should not be taken as the end all be all for how good these groups did. I encourage you to make up your own opinions about their overall performances. And most of all, I do not harbor any hate towards these groups whatsoever, and this is solely just a ranking on what they did on Queendom 2. Now let's get into it. In last place, and the performances whom I liked the least were VVZ's. Now I wouldn't really call VVZ's performances bad, because they're not. Let's not commit slander here. However, I just find their performances to be not worthy of Queendom. All their performances, in my opinion, are just slightly upgraded music show performances that didn't really have that sort of oomph factor that was to be expected for Queendom performances and were sort of forgettable compared to what the other groups did. Their round 1 performance with Time for the Moon Night and Rough were good, to buddies only. I liked their orchestra stunt with the ethereal feel of the performance, but nothing else stood out. I feel like this round relied on the feeling of nostalgia, which is a good strategy, but to people that didn't get an OG friend, it doesn't really work. For their round 2 performance with wjsn's Unnatural was fine. They definitely stepped it up for their stunts and gimmicks, but once again, nothing that will make people live, die, and get reborn for it. As for their fantastic Queendom performance with btob, it was like their round 2 performance, wherein it was good, just not memorable. I also didn't like their song choice, though the reasoning for it was understandable. And for the finale, while I did find the song very pleasant and the theater aspects entertaining, there wasn't a sort of energy that made it scream finale. TLDR, what made VVZ last in this list was their performance's lack of memorability. All of them just got overshadowed by more unforgettable performances that will have your eyes glued to the screen for the entirety of it. It was all just alright. Now, Brave Girls in the group in the number 4 spot were really close, but the reason why Brave Girls are here is because the group in the number 4 spot have just more memorable performances than Brave Girls. However, that doesn't mean that they didn't do good nor that their performances were forgettable. I loved everything that Brave Girls did, save for one performance. Their round 1 performance with Checkmate, Garam and Rollin was meh. I liked the intro with the Nanta, but that's really it. I didn't like the outfits as it didn't really fit the refreshing soundscape that Checkmate Garam had. And to be honest, the addition of Rollin was unnecessary. With round 2 with Mask, however, was an absolutely amazing performance in my opinion. I loved the Now You See Me theme of it all, the Brave Brothers cash falling at the finale, and just their rendition of the song. They really made that song their own. With their round 3 performance of Red Sun, it did tug at the heartstrings of the general public, which adds to the fan part of fantastic. However, I can't help but notice how all the themes of the performances just clash with one another. A winter theme for the background and dancers, a spring theme for the girls themselves, and a summer sounding song. With their finale performance of Whistle though, they really solidified themselves as the true summer queens of this generation. I loved the song by itself, and with the performance, it's even better. But, it still didn't have a finale energy to it. Overall, Brave Girls did good in Queendom. They had entertaining performances, and they never deserved 6th place at all. But, they're in this rank, because they didn't have the oomph factor that the performances from ranks 4 to 1 had, but there were gems in their performances. For the Moon Girls performances, I really liked them. When the contestants dropped, aside from Kepler, they were my second bet to win this whole thing, and I wasn't disappointed with what they did at all. They stayed very consistent in serving us good performances that you can't take your eyes off them. For their round 1 performance for Paint the Town, I sort of consider this their dud in their roster of performances. I was never really a fan of that song, and I didn't really like this one either. I like the traditional soundscape and aesthetic that they did, but I don't think they use this song up to its full potential. With their round 2 performance with Shake It, however, was such a step up from their first performance. I really like the musical aspects of it, but in a technical standpoint, I don't really like how they didn't do much with the song, as well as how they did the styling. But that doesn't really take away of how good this performance really is. With Butterfly in round 3, really set it up as one of the best performances of the night. Butterfly is such a sentimental song to orbits and they really appealed to the fans, while also serving up an amazing performance. It all kinda crumbles down with Pose though. I wasn't really a fan of the song, like most other Queendom 2 finale songs, and the performance didn't really help swallow it down, which is really sad considering how good Loona's trajectory was in terms of how good their performances were. To sum it up, I enjoyed what Loona gave to the table. Was the plate licked clean? Not really. But the meal was tasty, and I'll give credit where it's due. They were mainly this rank due to the fact that I just found the other group's performances to be of my taste, but I do understand why their performances would be someone's all-time favorite Queendom 2 performance. A lot of people will probably disagree, or maybe it's just my own bias, but I do think Kep1er are given far less credit than they deserve. If you think about it, Kep1er ate up their performances. The girls themselves slayed with whatever they had, and in my opinion, the duds in their performances were mainly caused by week 1 entertainment. With Wadada in round 1, it was underwhelming. I liked the remix and choreography, but nothing else, because there wasn't anything else to like. It was so underwhelming, because the stage was so empty. There was no budget in the performance itself, and the stage wasn't utilized to its fullest. Pool Party, however, was a really cute, fun, bright, and preppy performance that I enjoyed. Sure, the props were kinda tacky and all that, but I did enjoy it apart from where the members slipped. But what redeemed it all was their round 3 performance with the boys. The concept, the budget, the choreography, the remix, just everything about it was so damn good, I couldn't stop watching it. I do believe that it is one of the best performances of the season, and that is a hill that I will die on. And with their finale, the girls, they really served. While I don't really like the song, the performance made it so much better. They really felt in their element in this performance, especially Young-Yoon and Hikaru. This performance really screamed finale performance, something to end their journey on Queendom with a bang. Overall, the girls really slayed every single performance they had, and every bad thing about their performance can honestly be chalked up to their company not giving one flying fuck about the girls at first. I do believe that Kep1er should be given more applause and appreciation for what they did in Queendom, but anyways, make sure to support the girls and stream their upcoming comeback on June 20th. Now, at first, I didn't really think that wjsn deserved winning Queendom, but now thinking about it, every single performance that they did was stunning, except the finale. Not to mention they were extremely entertaining during the show's airing, which made watching the show more bearable. They were really the dark horses of the competition. Their round 1 performance with As You Wish was a really good start to their journey in Queendom. It gave everything about who wjsn is with its magical and mystical aesthetic and soundscape. I liked the concept of the hourglass, but unfortunately, it didn't really work out for them. With G-Friends Navillera on round 2, I felt as though it was a downgrade compared to their first performance. I didn't really like the remix of the song, as well as the really sudden concept change up, as Navillera is more of an innocent song, turning it into such a dark concept didn't really fit it. Moreover, I didn't really like X's rap and thought that it was unnecessary. I liked the vocals and the choreography though. But now, that pantomime performance. I cannot put into words just how breathtaking that performance was. From the light show that made the members looked like they were using magic, to the thrilling climax, Yeonjung and Subin's vocals. Bona, Exy, Luda, and Sola basically twirling themselves across the air. I don't have enough space in this script to tell you how amazing this performance was. But it's kinda disappointing due to how underwhelming their finale performance was with Aura. It was nothing special and nothing to really look forward to, which I found sad considering just how good pantomime was. To wrap this section up, I think that wjsn deserved the win and I'd like to congratulate them. I believe that this is a start for their world domination and I'll be sure to support them in their upcoming comeback on July, and I believe y'all should too. Now, is anyone actually surprised that she's at the #1 spot? Like, she was the main slayer and will always continue to be the main slayer of queendom. You cannot tell me that any single one of her performances was bad. Every single song she did was worthy of being a queendom performance. I loved it so much. She started off with a banger that really stamped her name in as the woman to look out for. That Touch My Body performance in round 1 will truly go down in history as one of the best performances in not only queendom, but basically the entire franchise itself. The performance was explosive, thrilling, bright, and just a delight to watch. And she did not disappoint with round 2. Her So What performance was just as, hell, even more explosive, that you absolutely cannot take your eyes off her. Her stage presence is just absolutely insane. The remix, the choreography, the Catwoman aesthetic, her inner hoop just floating while looking stunning. I absolutely loved it. Now, with her round 3 performance with CC, it was definitely good. However, she has set herself up at such a high standard, as well as working on 3 consecutive performances, that it sort of just fell flat compared to her previous performances. But a slay is still a slay, and that performance fed the children. Her final performance with Wackaboom, however, really redeemed herself. She had all the time to focus on one performance and I really loved the performance so much. It was one of the few performances that screamed finale and really went off with a bang. To conclude, she really set the standard super high in this competition. Eye-catching, exciting, and adrenaline-boosting powerful performances, along with her unmatched stage presence and vocals. She was just such a delight to see perform on Queendom, and I'm looking forward to what she does next. And that's my ranking of the overall performances of the different girl groups in Queendom 2. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your rankings in the comments below, and leave a like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me soon, and I'll see you all on the road.